Okay.
Hello you beautiful people, and welcome back once again to our review of the depressing, wonderful, and hilarious World of Chainsaw Man. 2 weeks ago we covered the Bat Devil arc, and don't tell me you missed the first reviews, because if you click that little icon top right, it'll take you to either one. Now, of course, my name is Nick, so please do me a favor real quick and go grab yourself a snack and drink as I take you to what is by far my favorite arc in the series yet. The Eternity Devil arc takes us through 9 chapters of pure enjoyment from start to finish. It's funny, it's disgusting, and oh my goodness, if it isn't gorgeous. Now, I don't want to hold you guys off any longer, but if you guys do enjoy this video, do me 2 favors after you finish watching. Like this video, and of course subscribe, so you never miss a review. Also guys, sorry for the little break I took for the past week. There's a little thing that had me distracted, and also this video was way longer than I expected it to be, so there were those 2 things right there combined kinda had my schedule fucked. So next week we should be back to continue our reviews. Also guys, leave me some other recommendations for anime or manga review. You never know, I might just do it. Now, enough of this non-chainsaw-y goodness. Let's hop right into this. I now call upon the anime intro.
And I got a colorful aura, like I got neon guts. And I got a colorful aura, like I got neon guts.
We pick back up the series with Denji still baffled by the thought of Makima granting him any wish he wants if he can defeat the Gun Devil. Denji even asks Makima if it's even okay for her to offer him something so insane, with her replying that this devil is so strong that it's perfectly reasonable for her to offer him this. Now, oddly enough, we are now introduced to a family with a man focused on a young boy. This young boy is asking his father to come play catch from outside, but his younger brother isn't feeling good, so he's being taken care of right now by the parents. The little brother sees his mother telling him to play by himself, and seeing this affect his bro like that, decides he wants to play with him, which is super cute. Like, oh my gosh, like, look at this little guy. Now, Big Bro here isn't too about this, because from what we've seen, I kind of feel that, you know, we kind of get the impression that Little Bro gets a bit of special treatment, which obviously is leaving Big Bro feeling a bit unloved. This causes him to throw a snowball at his Little Bro, which causes him to get a snowball back to the face of his own. Man, this shit is really sweet. Unless it makes me tear up a little bit, because these 2 kids remind me and my Little Bro. And gosh, it's so sweet, like, especially when Little Bro's hands start getting cold, and Big Bro says to go get gloves on, like, it shows he truly cares for him, and God, it's really freaking sweet, like. And just as Little Bro gets to the door, we see Big Bro crack a smile, which is like the sweetest thing ever. Like, why are these kids so cute? Which is why it breaks my heart seeing this next shot where his house gets fucking obliterated. November 18th, 10 a.m. The Gun Devil hits Japan for 26 seconds. Death toll 57,912. Now, when I was writing the script, it was literally tearing me up, which honestly is a compliment towards Fujimoto. The fact I get so much emotion from the deaths of this poor kid's family from seeing around 4 pages of them goes to show how well written and illustrated this manga is. Bravo, Fujimoto. Bravo. We now see the death tolls from around the world, and my god, they are fucking insane. Like, how is this possible? Well, actually, I have a theory. Makima says in the span of 5 minutes, 1.2 million people were killed around the world from the Gun Devil. So I'm thinking, if the Gun Devil has the force of a gun, or more so a bullet, I bet he has the speed of a bullet as well. Now, this is just a theory, but I'm kind of cracked, huh? I don't know if it's right or not, we'll see. It's really the only thing I could think of that would make him beat that fast. Although, if I am right, how is Denji going to face off against something that fast? Again, Fujimoto setting up the Gun Devil as a real threat the chapter right after he is mentioned, and we see 100% he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Love that. Right away, we see how hard this motherfucker hits and how tough he is going to be to take down. Now get this devil is so strong that after he appeared, he caused every other devil to get stronger by raising the fear of devils worldwide. And honestly, it makes sense after what we've just seen. Makima then asked Denji if he could defeat it. And I literally burst out laughing reading this, because I imagine Denji saying this like, well, if I willy try, it should be a piece of cake. I don't know. I just love the way he said this line. It was so funny. Once again, Denji, you amaze me. Anyway, we now learn about how to find the Gun Devil. Turns out there are pieces of the Gun Devil that were burned off of his body by how fast he moved. So if another devil eats it, it gains a huge fucking power boost. Now if we kill that devil and get the piece back, and put it with the ones we already have, the pieces attach. Now where the Gun Devil is so strong, if we collect enough pieces of them and put them together, they will start trying to reattach themselves to the Gun Devil. We then cut to Aki saying that he just found another inside of whatever the fuck that was along with Himeno, but we will touch on it in a bit, of course. Himeno does mention something interesting here. He says that what if the devil didn't find the piece of the Gun Devil, but was fed it? Now if this is the case, who would do that and why? I have no idea, but it's very intriguing. Now we see where most of this arc will take place, which is the Morino Hotel. Squad 4 was called in because multiple civilian devil hunters have been killed. We then see that the gun devil piece has begun to move, which also means that this is the perfect job for us. We now see this amazing shot of Squad 4 and you can already tell we are in for something insane. We kick off this devil hunt with Hayakawa saying the reason the devil inside the hotel is so strong is probably because it has a piece of the gun devil in it based on the piece's movement. Denji wondering why it couldn't just be the gun devil itself, with Hayakawa explaining that the larger the chunk, the larger the pool, saying this pool is too weak to beat him. Hayakawa now turning his attention to Denji and Power, stating, "Didn't I tell you to speak respectfully?" Of course, Denji and Power must be the greatest duo ever, since me and my coat that I mistake for a very tall man at 3 AM, acting like complete dinguses and denying Hayakawa his respect. This then causes Hayakawa to give me more reasons to call him my favorite character and best girl by offering them gun, which wins their side immediately. Not everyone on the team know Denji and Power like Hayakawa does, and are of course skeptical, with the first being Arai, who asks Hayakawa if they can trust him. Hayakawa, being the cutie he is, says if anything goes wrong and they turn on them, they'll just kill him. That's fair enough, yeah. Power hearing this though does have a good interaction with Hayakawa here, with her stating, "You're treating us like crap," and Hayakawa again showing his attitude towards Devil, stating, "You don't get human rights." Like, ugh, okay, baby girl, okay, I see you. We then learn that Power and Denji pranked Hayakawa the morning of this case, and the way Hayakawa gets flustered here, oh my god. I love this trio so much. Honestly, the comedy in this series I haven't touched on too much because it isn't that prevalent in the story. Honestly though, I feel the comedic moments are when we see these characters truly shine, and it allows for the emotion to kick in so much more when it does get emotional. Now, I know that should be obvious in many stories, especially darker shows like this, you have to have the light to the dark, but I just felt I should point it out because it's something that stands out to me a lot in this arc, especially. We are now properly introduced to Himino, with her making a very interesting first impression. She states that whoever kills this devil gets a kiss from her on the cheek, because Denji was upset he received no reward for killing the Bat Devil. This grabs not only Denji's attention, but also Arai's. This small interaction was really fun, but also brings up a very interesting point. We've seen this a little bit with Power, but now we see another love interest for Denji. I find it amazing that Fujimoto gives Denji multiple love interests, even though not fully with Power, but here, like, because I just think even if she's not a full love interest, it again reflects just how human he is. I know this will resonate a lot with my male viewers, but even females too. We may like someone a lot, but it doesn't mean they're our soulmate. We all go through multiple love interests. And yes, there are other times I can think of someone, flirting with a protagonist besides the love interest in other shonens. But with the way Denji's character is set up here, and how much we know he still yearns for human affection, it feels much more intimate, and like Makima really couldn't be the only love interest by the end of the story. No, got a little sidetracked there. Let's get back into it. Now, Denji at first decides to say hello to Makima because Makima taught him how important intimacy is. But it doesn't take a lot for our playboy to be swayed to the dark side. We also see Arai is not too happy about this newfound addition to the devil kill, and you can kind of tell this boy is definitely crushing on Himino, which is pretty cute. Then we cut to the crew in the hotel, and unsurprisingly, Denji and Arai are practically running to find this devil and get that very special kiss from Himino. We then see them almost break out fighting over the situation, and seeing how Arai was earlier than now is so funny. The man is practically doing everything to stop Denji, with Denji showing no shame himself, trying to keep Arai off of him. Now let's take a step back from Denji and Arai's mission and cut to Hayakawa asking Himino about Arai and Kopani, who she's been training, with Himino asking the same. Himino says Arai has a mixed drive, and Kopani, whilst very timid, is very talented. Hayakawa then actually gives a very indifferent description of their behavior so far, which I found actually surprising, with him stating Power is a huge hothead who still may betray them, and with him still not knowing much about Denji, it all says it's too soon to say. Himino then asks Hayakawa, who she calls Aki, if she thinks they'll make it. Hayakawa says that both the new hunters are strong, but the ones he thinks aren't strong will just end up dead anyway. Himino then says he dodges the question and then says, "Don't die, Aki." A very interesting thing to say to him right now, but I'm sure I'll be able to explain the flashback. Cutting to that right now, we see Himino standing over a grave she brought flowers to. This grave probably belonging to her previous buddy. We now see a young Aki with a man stating that this will be her new buddy. Himino asks this young Aki, "Are you useful?" with him saying he doesn't know, but guesses so. We learn Aki is her sixth buddy, and all her other buddies die because they're useless. He then, of course, says the line, "Don't you die, Aki." Cutting back to the present, we see a door begin to creak open, and Himino says, "It's coming." And we see the disgusting but also a very small devil run out of the room. Of course, everyone is a bit perplexed by the size of the devil. We start on this fight, if you can call it that, by this weird devil jumping around, and we get a little look at Himino's devil. She catches the devil mid-air, and then Power, being our little cutie, decides to just slice right through it, which of course freaks poor Kopani out. Now, whilst Power thinks the devil froze out of fear of her, it turns out it was Himino's contract with the ghost devil. She made a contract with the ghost devil, which gives her use over its right arm anytime in exchange for her right eye. Of course, as we know, the stronger the devil, the higher the price to use it. Our journey isn't over yet though, because this devil has no reaction to the piece of the gun devil, so it's on to the next floor. As we're moving up the stairs, Power is surprised Himino showed them her powers, because they're supposed to be keeping them in check, and Power could use that to her advantage to fight them. Himino just says it's easier to fight together when they know each other's powers, but also she mentions she has a trump card, which I am assuming is a little tease for the future. Now, up to this point, we have seen Himino be a pretty laid back gal, and overall pretty chill, but when Power jokingly, yet still threatens to hurt Kopani, Himino immediately reacts and grabs a hold of Power, Power. And even when she tells Power to put her weapon away, it's kind of terrifying how nonchalantly she tells Power to do this action. Power makes it crack up as usual when she is finally let go, immediately just says, "I'll eat her one of these days." You go, girl, you do it. Power, how do you keep getting better and better? I just don't know how. Didn't she also react to Power's statement of the eating by saying, "Hey, she's gonna kiss me, don't eat her." Obviously, we can't be losing our love interest like this, come on. These characters really are fun to watch, but it's not all candies and rainbows because right notices they just came from the 8th floor, and now they're on the 8th again. This causes the to go downstairs to double check that they didn't misread the sign, but to his shock and surprise, he ends up in front of the group. This obviously causes a stir in the group, and Himeno decides to double check once more, telling Kobeni to make double peace signs, so she will know that time isn't even moving when she goes down the stairs. She will arrive back at the same place at the same time. Is it just me, or does Himeno actually look kind of excited when she finds out they're stuck on the 8th floor? Hayakawa obviously assumes this is Devil's Power, which, I mean, what else is it gonna be? Hayakawa, being a thorough boy though, even checks to see where everything leads, like windows and stuff, but yet no, they are stuck on the 8th floor. Everything leads back to the 8th floor. Now, as Hayakawa is giving a rundown of the situation so everyone's on the same page, Denji assumes that the Devil Power kill triggered the situation they're in right now when she killed it. But Hayakawa disproves that immediately, saying that Devil's Power disappears whenever a devil is defeated. As if everything isn't bad enough though, Kobeni, she's kind of having a mental breakdown, and poor Raz he's trying to help but to no avail. We do learn a bit about Kobeni though, and that she's actually doing this for a really selfless reason, and it's that she wants to put her brother through college, which is actually really sweet. We do learn, however, that her parents are a bunch of cunts who only care about her brother who was gifted, and she was half forced into this line of work anyway. This poor girl apparently isn't capable of much else, or at least she doesn't think she is, stating that she could either do this or become a sex worker. We now see this poor girl very much having a huge mental breakdown, going on a fucking panic attack it seems, where she says she wanted to go to college too, but now she's gonna die here. We then see Power laughing at the poor girl, which, I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny. Whilst Arai is trying to be nice, Himeno isn't helping the picture either. By saying Kobeni is giving the devils what they want because they love fear, like, oh my god, gosh, guys, leave this poor girl alone. We now see Hayakawa perplexed because he has realized that the time is also completely stopped. He says that if time is stopped only on the 8th floor, then that means help may never come. Didn't you hear this? A little too chill about it, saying that they can just sleep forever, and Kobeni is now very much broken. Oh my god. Arai tells Denji that they literally might be trapped forever, but Denji decides not to worry about it too much and says to wake him up when they find a way out. Denji is never gonna miss an opportunity to sleep in a comfy bed, come on. And I mean, hey, there isn't much information right now, so you can't really blame the guy. Hayakawa is staggered by how fast Denji falls asleep as well, which is actually pretty funny. We see Himeno waking up Denji, so it means we found a way out, right? No. Turns out things are getting pretty out of hand. Whilst they can use water and electricity, there's very little food left and some leftover luggage from guests, and the crew isn't taking all this very well either. Hayakawa is looking for the devil nonstop. Kobeni and Arai are having mental breakdowns, and Power, well, she's just about the same, but you know, she is wanting to win a Nobel Prize now with her fun idea. God help us all, whatever it is. Power then says she wants to become the Prime Minister, where she wants to watch us all suffer and give us 100% a sales tax. Which honestly, I'm here for it, you know, now that I think about it, Power 2023, baby, let's go. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, our impending doom. Anyway, I do love how Himeno wasn't for sure if Power was also going insane, but nah, Denji knows our beautiful murderous demon by now. I kind of like now though, Himeno has to take charge of the situation, so it's up to her, Power, and Denji to guard Kobeni and Arai, although she immediately goes to smoke a cigarette. But they're fine. I mean, to be fair, Hayakawa is in hardcore mode right now, so she does kind of have a point about taking it chill when Power brings up her and Denji are pretty chill about the situation, but I digress. Denji though notices she's smoking the same type of cigarettes Hayakawa smokes, and we learned that Himeno is the one who got Hayakawa to start smoking in the first place. And do y'all sense that? Boys, it feels like time for more backstory, which honestly, I can't complain. Please give me more, come on. Now, at first Hayakawa isn't intrigued by smoking and says that it'll rot your bones. Yeah, Himeno tells them that they're gonna be working together, so they gotta do something together, yet Hayakawa isn't here to make friends, and we learn an interesting point. Hayakawa is here to kill the gun devil as well. Also, sorry if it's obvious, but we can agree that the two brothers' backstory in chapter 13 is totally Hayakawa's backstory, right? Probably obvious, but just to clarify. We learn a lot of devil hunters join for that, because they're allowed to actually carry pieces of the gun devil. So she says that a lot of devil hunters don't live long enough for cigarettes to kill them. Hayakawa says he won't bite the dust that easily, with Himeno sincerely saying he better not, because she hates it when her buddies die. She says this a little nonchalantly, but you can tell it even hurts her just to bring it up. Cutting to later when Himeno and Hayakawa are presumably on patrol, Himeno sees someone she recognizes and tells Hayakawa to get lost. So he politely watches as Himeno goes up to this girl, and oh my god, this lady just smacked up our girl, which obviously confuses Hayakawa, and he's like, like, what's that about? We learned that sadly that was her last buddy's girlfriend. Obviously they can't take revenge on the things that killed them, so they take it out on their buddy, which makes sense even though it isn't alright. Yet Himeno probably understands her frustration and just considers it a part of the job. Hayakawa does something here that's pretty surprising to me and goes up to the woman and sticks gum on her like, OMG Hayakawa, you sly girl, you go. This is honestly super cute because I honestly wouldn't expect Hayakawa to do something like that, but it was a really nice show of his character. Himeno is also very surprised by this and absolutely bursts out laughing. And are they having a moment like, oh my god, like they're so cute, what the fuck? Cutting to a bit later, Himeno says Hayakawa reminds him of something that her master used to say, which I'm assuming is this guy right here. She says, the devil hunters devils fear the most aren't the strong or the brave, they're afraid of the ones with little screws loose. Which is a fucking amazing line. And I'm assuming this is why Makima thinks Denji can kill the gun devil in the first place. Because, well, Denji's fucking insane. Himeno does tell Hayakawa though that she thinks he'll live for a while, showing what she thinks of him. We then get a pretty intimate scene when Himeno offers Hayakawa a cigarette again. He once again refuses, yet Himeno and Hayakawa lock eyes as she says that this seems like it's going to be a long relationship, so it'd help if you smoked. Hayakawa seeming flustered, which is rare, well, rare-ish, says he'll smoke it, but only once, and he'll never smoke again. We of course cut to Hayakawa now asking Himeno for a cigarette. We then get another intimate scene between Himeno and Hayakawa like, okay Chainsaw Man, I see you, you go girl. Himeno tells Hayakawa that the one she is smoking is the last one, so he says to let him have that one and takes it from her mouth and smokes it. Denji and I, both being immature ding-dongs, think that that's totally an indirect kiss, showing how childish she is, and also me, I'm a child. Hayakawa does have some bad news for us though. Turns out the devil power killed has gotten bigger. Like, what you talking about, Hayakawa? Kinda, oh yep, that's bigger. You were not lying there. Power, along with everyone, is shocked, saying that she thought she killed it, with Himeno stating she has never seen a devil like this before. The devil then speaks, saying it will offer them a contract like, huh? The devil says if they let it eat Denji, dead or alive, it will return everyone outside. We then cut to the fucking bedroom door opening and oh my god, it's Kobeni with a fucking knife and girl has completely lost it. Oh my god, shit's about to get wild. So Kobeni has now gone full loco and legit goes in to stab Denji. Yet she is stopped and Himeno gut punches her with her shoulder and she is knocked the fuck out. Himeno then sees if Hayakawa can just kill this devil with cone, yet he tries but to no avail. Turns out this place is fully cut off from the outside world and the fox's actual body is in Shibuya, so he can't contact him. Himeno tries to take it off her ghost, and while she does do damage to it, it just gets bigger. We learn that attacking it is no use because this isn't the Road Devil's body, so they can't kill it. We learn we are actually inside the Eternity Devil's stomach, so making a contract with it is the only way they can make it alive. Denji, being sensible though, is like, well, even if you kill me, it doesn't mean he'll let you out, you know? Come on guys. And this is immediately shut down by Himeno because when a devil makes his contract, it has to keep it. If they kill Denji, it has to let him go, where it will die. This obviously isn't the best news for our boy. Oh god, now even Ryan wants to kill Denji. Oh no. Yet Hayakawa, being the absolute giga chat he is, says that they can't kill him because the devil wants Denji dead for a reason. This thankfully gets Himeno on our side as well, but Power, being our fun little wacky friend, is like, no, I'm on team kill Denji, which even Denji's like, bruh. I mean, she does have a point here. She has a winning idea worthy of a Nobel Prize. She legit just says, go die for my Nobel Prize. Like, love you too, Power. Thankfully though, Hayakawa tells us fiends and devils can't make contracts, so we'll have to hold up his end of the deal. Once Hayakawa makes a big statement that they aren't killing him, Power just has to be fucking amazing as usual and is sad about the situation, so she lays her head on Denji, disappointed, and then asks if he wants to wrestle. Like, what the heck, Power? I love Denji just like, you literally just tried to kill me. We now cut to a bit later with them just laying around. Denji is starving and so is probably everyone else. Himeno is wondering if Hayakawa even has a plan to get out of this, because how do you? We get a real big sense of urgency here because if they don't get out soon, they will starve to death. We then get a big cock tease with Hayakawa stating, if worse comes to worse, I'll use the sword. Like, what? Sir? Sir, what is the sword? Yep. Himeno gets very serious here as well. Gets right up in his face and says, don't. This sword, whatever it is, has got to be serious. For Himeno to even get like this, we then get his interaction, which is hilarious. Denji says, bro, if using the sword will get us out of here, then just use it, you know, like, come on, homie, come on. Himeno says no matter what, he isn't using the sword, and if worse comes to worse, she says, and I quote, you gotta die, Denji. Like, damn, girl, you're just gonna switch up like that? But, I mean, Obviously, we have seen there is some sexual tension here between her and Hayakawa, so obviously she doesn't want him harmed more than anything. Now, to make matters worse, because we sure need that, Arai notices the leftover food is gone, but who else ate it but our beautiful Power? Power even tries to tell the most obvious lie, saying it was Denji, and Arai's just baffled that she would even try to lie, which is fucking hilarious. Oh god though. Kobeni's awake again and starts blaming Power for all the shit that's going on, and saying that Power is trapping them, so she's in a full-blown panic attack. Arai tries to calm her down and even tells her that Power is a blood fiend, so she literally can't do this. Yet she says that Arai's a spy and working with the devil. It's like, girl, calm down. Kobeni is flipping out, still holding a knife, and is getting right up in Arai's face, looking insane. The squad outside hears this, and then the Attorney Devil begins to get close to them, and so now they gotta make a run for it. The devil is now seeming flustered and tells them that it expands with fear, and sooner or later, they will die. The Attorney Devil is now trying its hardest to get to Denji, and everyone getting in front of it is not helping. The room then begins to tilt, and the hotel is totally turned on its side, and the Attorney Devil is now just below them. Boys, how are they going to get out of this? Okay, we're in full-blown panic mode now. Pretty much, Kobeni and Arai still want to kill Denji. Hayakawa is trying to use a sword, which he has to ask Himeno permission to use. Himeno then decides to hold down Hayakawa. Denji is rightfully like, what the fuck? Himeno then of course tells us why he can't, and it's because it will shorten his lifespan down significantly. How significant, I have no idea, but either way we can't be losing Best Girl like that, so I'm kinda with Himeno here. Until it starts to sound like she wants to kill us too. Not good. Nope, that's bad. We then see Arai fucking tackle Denji, Power egging it on with her laughing. Kobeni's going in for the goddamn kill, but then somehow, someway, Hayakawa breaks free from Himeno's ghost and takes the fucking stab for Denji. Out of everyone that went to this hotel film, at the end of it all, it was Hayakawa who saves Denji. I absolutely love this moment. It is a gorgeous culmination and amazing into the massive buildup of what has been going on these past few chapters. You see, slowly but surely we've seen everyone turn on Denji, and yet at the end of it all, Hayakawa is the one to protect Denji. Now yes, we've seen this plenty of times where our main character's rival has to help them out in a situation, right? But I think the buildup is what makes this scene so effective. This chapter is going at 100 miles an hour, and you can feel the tension and practically bloodlust just reading this chapter, and yet when Hayakawa is stabbed, everything is ground to a halt. It's pretty much a sense of clarity for everyone, because they now have gotten Hayakawa badly injured. I mean, shit though, even Denji was surprised by Hayakawa's actions, because we know how Hayakawa feels about Denji. I love what Hayakawa says next though. It is absolutely gorgeous. He says that yes, Denji is disgusting, and he wouldn't blame them for stabbing him, which is hurtful, but Denji is also out to kill the Gun Devil, and even he cannot do that alone. I just feel it shows Hayakawa's determination and how far he is truly willing to go to kill this devil. Also, it's super cute. Like, come on, Aki, you know you love Denji. Like, come on. He even threatens to use the sword, and this time I don't think he's gonna be asking for permission. I'm assuming he did that last time just to be a good friend and not make Himeno more upset. I love Denji's facial expression looking at Hayakawa. He truly feels bad for what has happened, and honestly probably blames himself even a little, because they were booking it for him. We then see Denji scream out for Power's help, and I got so hyped here because you can actually tell what he's gonna do. I was like, oh, Power's a blood devil, this is perfect, she can stop the bleeding. So I find it fun we have the information to come to that conclusion on our own. Sadly though, Power says controlling other people's blood is difficult, but girl, this is Hayakawa. You save him, boo. You do what you gotta do. I love how truly terrified Himeno looks here. She honestly can't even think right now, and just starts asking over and over what are they gonna do. She's afraid of losing another buddy, and Hayakawa might mean a little bit more to her than that, honestly. Now, Kobeni throughout this arc, in my opinion, has been actually pretty funny, and she's honestly super cute, but when she says this, I want to punch her. Like, girl, what you mean this is Denji's fault? What you mean this is Denji's fault, huh? You're the one that tried to stab him. Don't try to pass the blame. Yet when Kobeni says it's a Denji, another spark was lit up from him, and he gets pissed, and it's just like, fine, I'll go get eaten. Like, what you talking about, Denji? Kobeni back on the funny train says, you will? That's great. Like, girl, I can't even with you. Oh my god, get out of here. Denji, being the absolute Giga Chad he is, tells Himeno though right before he leaves he isn't going down without a fight. She owes him that kiss. Again, an amazing scene. I love how Power looks here, as if she's truly wondering what is he gonna do, and that's what she asked him. To his reply, it's gonna hurt like hell, but I'll bust out the chainsaws. Fuck. I love Denji's perception here, telling them that this devil is scared of him, and he realized that this devil does feel pain from earlier. His plan? To torment it so much until it wants to die. This motherfucker is planning to make this devil kill itself. Did I mention I love this manga? Power replies in like a way where she says, now you're thinking like a devil. Like, okay, Power, yeah, you think of that. You know, I don't see you over there thinking like that. Okay, you little rascal. Anyway, this last interaction between Aki and Denji here, Denji tells Hayakawa to stay out of his way because he doesn't want to owe anyone debts. Yeah, you definitely had enough of those. But I also think he's saying thank you here in his own way. Denji tells Aki if they get out of here that they're even and pulls the string. It's time to murder, right? Oh, he got a whelp. That's in the series. GG, boys. Nah, playing, baby. Denji burst out of the Eternity Devil, full chainsaw form, and makes the Eternity Devil scream out in pain. He fucking stabs this fucker anywhere he can. I absolutely love the shock that comes across the squad's face here, with Himeno even asking if he's a devil. Like, yes, queen, he is a gamer. Sadly, though, it isn't all great. Power notices Denji's losing blood like crazy and won't last long before his chainsaws are tracked. The Eternity Devil even tells Denji he's getting weaker, although I have a suspicion how this is going to get fixed. As this grueling fight continues with the Eternity Devil, Denji's chainsaws do begin to retract, and as the Eternity Devil goes in for the kill, Denji, just as I expected, just like with the Bat Devil, bites into the Eternity Devil to gain blood back and absolutely tears the Eternity Devil even more. Denji then says an amazing line saying, even blood as gross as sewer water would taste like strawberry jam while drinking it while seeing your face in pain. Like, ugh, oh my gosh, Denji, that's insane. This is an amazing line, and with the Eternity Devil being eternal, Denji now has an infinite amount of blood to supply his chainsaws, and it's game on. Himeno, seeing this, recalls a chat with her master she brought up with Aki earlier about the devil hunters that Devil's Fear are the ones with a few screws loose. He says the reason her other buddies died were because they were afraid of Devil's attacks, and that gives the devil more power, which we have seen is true with the Eternity Devil. We gain some more insight about how most devil hunters joined to kill the gun devil, including Himeno and Aki. The devils know what they are after, so they know how to make them afraid. He says the ones with a few screws loose, they're unpredictable. Devils fear what they can't understand, which is exactly what Denji is, because he is unlike any other devil hunter. We then see Himeno's master's point proven very quickly as well. When Himeno tells her master he drinks too much, he says that's a sound reaction. And the fact she still comes to visit her old buddy's graves every month means she's still sane. It shows Himeno and most other devil hunters aren't going to be able to take on the gun devil. Himeno says she's going to take her time training Aki, yet her master says you can't because Aki is collecting the gun devil pieces at a steady pace. And before she knows it, he will make it to the gun devil. Himeno, I feel here, is panicked because she thinks Aki's going to die when that happens. I didn't know if Aki later, she says she wants to move to the civilian devil hunters and wants Aki to come with her. Obviously she's doing this mainly for Aki, yet Aki doesn't budge. We see more here of what Himeno thinks of Aki after spending more time with him, and you can see she thinks highly of him. But she knows he's kind of serious, and she knows that won't do when going up against the gun. I do feel now though, she has hope because cutting back to Denji being an absolute mad lad, we see Himeno's face, and it's almost like she understands Denji completely here. She even gets an insane look on her face saying, this guy's absolutely bonkers. He might actually be able to kill the damn gun. Like, ooh. This is amazing seeing her thought process here while also seeing Denji take on this devil, with Denji even commenting on his infinite blood supply. Denji then says the greatest line in this manga yet. He says, I've accidentally completed a perpetual motion machine. That Nobel Prize is mine. Did I mention I love this manga? Like, oh my gosh. Cutting much later, everyone's tired out with Denji taking on the devil, and we learn Aki's been asleep mostly resting, and we learn that 3 fucking days have passed since Denji started fighting the Eternity Devil. Like, holy shit. Poor Power even mentions Meowie here because she misses her, which is actually pretty sweet. Then Himeno gets into bed with Aki, yet she then says, let's go drinking because it's over, which obviously sparks Aki's and our interest. Holy fuck. After all this time, the Eternity Devil's given up, and he's exposed its core, just asking for this to be over. Denji then insanely says, what? It's already over, but it felt great like taking a dip in a pool, and then just cuts its core right in half. Wow, what a fucking fight, man. This is by far the best arc in the series so far, and it seems like it's one-upping itself each time. Let's hope it continues, honestly. We did it. We are finally out of the hotel. It took a toll on all of them, and yet somehow they're all alive. Our pain wasn't for nothing though. We retrieved a piece of the gun devil's son. Denji though is in bad shape, passing out soon after. I mean, this man lost and took in blood and was awake for 3 fucking days. Like, anyone would be wore out, if not dead at that point. Now though, Himeno and Power taking Denji and Aki to the hospital, and Kobe and Rai have to go report everything that happened. I love right away you can see how guilty they feel for what happened, and you can tell they feel like shit. Himeno now wants to throw a newbie welcome party for everyone. She obviously knows they gotta make it up to Denji, and honestly everyone could use a pick-me-up after what happened at the hotel. It also turns out Kobe and Rai want to quit the public safety devil hunters. They're both obviously very terrified of the devil and were a huge asshole to Denji, so yeah, they're definitely not feeling too good right now. Aki does mention like, hey Himeno, you did also try to kill him. Why don't you feel bad? She just says to live on shamelessly, and hey, fair point. Himeno does also try to explain why the party is so needed, yet Hayakawa was just like, you just want to drink, don't you? With Himeno smirking and laughing towards his statement. Things aren't all hunky-dory though for Himeno though, because Hayakawa wants to invite Makima and she's leaving on the trip next week, and wants to drink with with her. You can tell from Himeno's facial expressions that she's pretty jealous of Makima, especially after all that backstory we got from them earlier. We did learn something very interesting though. The Attorney Devil never met Denji, yet he knew of them. Also, Denji's powers are known as well to Himeno. So was Pochita a very recently made devil? I'm intrigued to learn more about this. Himeno does also mention Makima may know something about Denji we don't, and y'all already know how I feel about Makima, so I am agreeing with her 100% here. It seems we do have a little plan to get Makima drunk and get some info out of her. Let's see if it works, because now we come to the party and we're already getting pretty wasted it seems. It does seem now that Denji remembers a little something between him and Himeno is supposed to happen. Denji asks Himeno about their kiss, yet she says she's too sober right now, so give it a bit. She says she'll make it intense for him, so that's all he has to hear. Here we get to my first controversial moment with this manga. We learned that Denji is 16, and everyone else is obviously much older. Now when I first read this, I was pretty put off by this, because obviously I live in America, and this is a no-go obviously, and for good reason. Now for the benefit of me not getting canceled on Twitter, by the way, follow the Twitter, link in the description, but also I'm going to say this for the benefit of the manga. Now from my research, I could totally be wrong here, but from what I've seen in most prefectures in Japan, the age of consent is 16 to 18. So I'm not going to think too much into this, and I'll take it as Denji being a legal adult, and even though it is a little weird for me, it probably isn't in Japan. If I have any Japanese viewers, I would love to know if this is even a topic you would think to discuss about Denji's age. Anyway, that's all I'm going to touch on it, so let's get back to the goodness. Now, Kobeni intrigues me even more here when we learn she is 20, yet she either can't or won't reveal what her contract is with. I swear, when or if her contract is revealed, I feel it's going to be fucking insane, honestly. Himeno looks like she's about ready to kiss Denji, and I mean, look at this girl. Sadly though, we learned Himeno's kiss isn't something that is hard to get. She's kissed everyone there besides the recruits. This, however, doesn't despair Denji. In fact, he says, "My kiss is in the bag." Man is ready for it, and as he gets more and more into the thought about kissing her, who else shows up but Makima, who overhears Denji about this kiss. Now, Denji's in a huge dilemma here where he doesn't want Makima to see him kiss someone, which is brought up very quickly with Makima asking if he was going to be kissing someone, where he easily responds, "Hell no." Yet when Himeno says, "Wait, you're not going to kiss me?" he easily responds, "Hell yeah." My man is going to have it rough in this final chapter of the arc. So, our boy is in a huge dilemma right now. He doesn't want Makima to see him kissing Himeno because he's crushing hard on her, but at the same time, he really wants to French kiss Himeno. We will of course be coming back to this, but for now, Denji decides to try to talk about something else, bringing up that he got a piece of the gun devil, which Makima replies that she knows, and he's amazing. This automatically gets Hayakawa's attention, which whilst I feel is a little bit because he's jealous, but he also does want to know more about Denji, and now specifically why devils with gun devil pieces are appearing more frequently around the time of him showing up. He straight up asks Makima if she knows something, and while she obviously does, Aki will have to outdrink her to get the info out of her. This doesn't go well though, because both Aki and Himeno are beaten by Makima, and whilst Aki and Himeno look pretty much fucking dead right now, Makima is asking for another drink. Girl, who or what are you? My god. Oh baby though, from the looks of Himeno's face, I would say, oh yep, it's game time baby, let's go. Himeno just aggressively grabs Denji and goes in for that kiss. Makima's even just a little surprised by her actions. Now, this next scene I can't show, and whilst I don't want to describe it, and for those who have read this manga, you will know why. So, as Denji is getting kissed by Himeno, he starts describing how amazing this sensation is to him, and he starts describing her tongue. Now, if you're eating here, please skip to the time on the screen if I don't forget to put it there, but please, this is your last warning because, or this is your one and only warning, it's gonna get a little nasty. So, as Denji's getting kissed by Himeno, he starts describing how amazing the sensation is to him, and he starts describing her tongue. Yet it turns out, that's not her tongue, but Himeno has, again, please, if you're eating, skip to the time. Now, Himeno being horribly drunk, she's actually vomited into Denji's mouth whilst kissing him. And oh my god, the panels that go along with this are fucking disgusting. In a good way, I think. Now, I might try to show a little here if you're seeing, but it won't be much because I don't want you guys throwing up, because even if you're not eating, it's just nasty. Comically, cuts back to Denji in the bathroom throwing up with Arai being a good buddy and helping Denji through his endeavor. Oh dear god, I'm so sorry I went that fast, but I didn't want to show much of it. Now if you're just joining us, hello, welcome back. Don't worry, you only missed pain. We actually get a pretty sweet scene here between Denji and Arai, where Arai opens up about how he is good at dealing with sick people because his mom always came home drunk. This goes into him talking about how he was a coward against the devil and that he's envious of Denji. Denji then says, "Dude, my first kiss legit tasted like barf." Sorry to the people eating here. I love Arai's look that he gives Denji, and I feel he has finally grown to like Denji, and it's truly amazing to see. Now, here we learn some very interesting news. Turns out, no one can find Denji after the party. This cuts of Denji waking up very thirsty, and lo and behold. But it seems Himeno in her drunken state has taken Denji back to her place. She even kisses him again, but this time beer ends up in his system, and now this poor boy is drunk. I don't like where this is going. Now, we do actually get a scene where Himeno in her drunken state begins to show her jealous side, talk about how Aki likes Makima and how she knows Denji likes her as well. This all culminates with the big finale of this arc where Himeno asks Denji if he wants to have sex. Now, as I said earlier, I will be considering Denji an adult here, but where he is drunk, he is not in the state of mind to be making that decision. So I'm definitely not too excited for the things to go that way, but I hopefully don't think they will. Anyways, no matter what happens next in this manga, it's honestly kept getting better and better. This is by far the best arc in the series so far, and hopefully the next one surpasses it. But we won't find out until 2 weeks from now, because the next arc is very long, but I am back when we tackle the Katana Devil arc. Hey guys, it's Nick from the future here, editing Nick. So yeah, it's been 2 months. Holy crap. So sorry for the delay on this. I did not mean for it to be this long till this. I've just had some stuff going on in personal life that, you know, I had to take care of and stuff, and I haven't had much time to edit, and obviously writing the script and stuff, and all that stuff. But this was a lot of fun, and this arc was really amazing. So just a heads up, I am back. Hello, I know you missed me. The Katana Devil arc will probably be in 2 weeks from now, just so y'all know. But I have some exciting news. I should not need to take another break. As I'm trying to think here, I should have it done. I've learned some good tips from watching some other YouTubers. Just been like thinking about stuff. I'm like, you know, script writing and, you know, voiceover, all that. So I'm trying to get better and all that, and I'm learning. So these 2 months haven't been useless. I've been learning and studying and all that and trying to get better. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And also, some big news. If you look in the description of this video, I have a Twitch channel. If you see the banner, it's because I went by someone else before. I went by something else. But obviously, this is my screen name now, and I am very excited to start streaming on there soon. What should you expect? Pretty much a little bit of everything. I love all types of video games. I'm a variety, you know, gamer. I'm a educated gamer. You know, I'm a game enjoyer. Right now, I'm planning to do some Hitman stuff. I've been watching Atrioc a lot, and I freaking love Atrioc. And his Hitman stuff it's just, oh, it's so entertaining. And boys, my plan right now is to do like all the challenges and stuff for the levels. We'll get into it over there and stuff. I want to speedrun that. Elden Ring, might do some challenges with that. Just a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be playing through a lot of series soon. Kingdom Hearts 4 got announced. I want to play all the Kingdom Hearts games again. Get caught up with the story. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Just know the content should be back. If I am a little late or a lot late, try not to kill me on there. Also, big shout out here. One of my favorite YouTubers and the person who inspired me to do like anime and manga, you know, reviews, Totally Not Mark, love him to death. He's starting his Chainsaw Man reviews in May, so it's actually pretty cool, and like I'm so excited to see his point of view on the series. So definitely go check him out. I'll have a link to him in the description. He is a freaking amazing content creator, and he has much better. Well, don't want to hate on my channel, but his videos are, you know, obviously very well made. He's just an amazing, you know, talented guy. So give him some love. His Chainsaw Man review should be freaking amazing. And also, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Just really, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoy the content coming soon. Also, in case you do miss streams, just so you know, I will be editing those down as well and making cool I will be editing streams down and try to make highlight videos on this channel. So there will be links to that. You know, there'll be, you know, subscribe. Don't you never miss a upload. And also there will be playlists and all that, and for the Twitch VODs as well. Not for sure if the Twitch VODs will be on this channel specifically or another channel. I'm not for sure yet. We'll see how that goes. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, guys, keep on lookout. And I'll try to make a YouTube schedule for the Twitch streams. I'll try to make like that way you guys know as well. I'll probably do a little video, like a 13-second video, just letting you guys know I'm going live over there. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see y'all in the Twitch streams. Hopefully y'all come by. And hopefully you were excited for the fucking Katana Devil arc. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to read it. I'm going to be rereading it here probably in the next 2 days. And hopefully you guys will have the next arc out before May. I want to have the Katana Devil arc review out before May. So hopefully you guys see it then. I love you guys so much. I'll see you on the next review. It's been Nick. I'll see y'all then. Bye.